Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I've got this little Duke 390 2019 model a few months back, 2 months back now I think, and I've been waiting to take it out, but winter has been quite a bit longer than usual this year, so weather has been hard to come by. Anyway, I've whacked a few little mods on it, the usual stuff. I'll just run through them quickly, do a little pros and cons on some of them, because some aren't as good as I thought they were going to be. So first up, I grabbed these little side mirrors off AliExpress. They're actually pretty decent quality, but they're probably a little bit small. They're easy enough to whack on. They look pretty good. You can put them on the top or the bottom. For the time being, I've whacked them on the top and they seem to be doing all right, but you've got to really work to get them to sit in the right position. And they do sit there against the wind and whatnot, so it's not too bad. The second, probably the most used thing I've got is the phone holder. Now I picked this brand basically because it was one of the cheaper options, and so far it's been pretty good. The only thing I can fault it on is the fact that it will actually push up your plastic screen protector. So if you have a liquid screen protector, one of the real thin plastic ones you stick on, it will actually tear up the corners. So unless you got a glass one or something, it's probably not the best for that. But otherwise it seems to sit steady, vibrates a little bit, but definitely worth it. The other thing I would suggest getting is, they're only probably about $2 on AliExpress, but grab a screen protector for your TFT screen. They scratch super easy, and if you don't have a cover on it, it's not going to last too long. So that's probably the next most worthwhile feature. Apart from that, rest of the front's still pretty stock standard. I've whacked the usual slide protectors on the forks, also cheap off AliExpress. Do the trick. Same here for the frame sliders. Not really going to do much in a decent size stack, but they'll do for dropping. Say if it fell over now on the grass or on the driveway at home, will help save a bit of the plastics. Actually, this one here was a bit of a pain in the ass to get on. Once you take the bolts out that connect it to the frame, it'll get a little bit of sag because of the engine weight, and it's really hard to push it up and tie that one in. So you might need two people if you're going to do it on your own. Otherwise, my favorite is probably the exhaust. The standard one's too quiet. It's actually quite terrible, to be honest. But I whacked a little cheap Leo on here, and it sounds amazing. I'll do a little test shortly. The only thing I don't like is, because it's so short and the extension pipe here had to get bought separately, it doesn't quite line up with the bracket here. It's still half covered, so if anyone can suggest an extra mount that I can change here or even up here to get that to sit better, maybe further back this way, that'd be fantastic. But for the time being, I haven't found anything. I do want to take this off as well, whack a decent tail tidy on there, but I haven't found anything decent either that doesn't require you to cut cables. I was hoping to find something with some brackets, not brackets, sorry, little clips, make life easier. Yeah, it's not a bad bike. It's nice and light. It's not the greatest on the highway though. Once you clear about 100 kilometers an hour, probably going to be pushing it. I usually just stick to the back roads and enjoy the low end power. It's the best way. Coming from a Ninja 650, it's quite a big change. Yeah, definitely a fun bike. What else have I got changed on here? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sliders on the back. Nothing fantastic. Cheap AliExpress stuff. We'll see how the quality goes. But all it's got to do is protect it from a drop anyway, so it's the main thing. Oh, and the other thing I will add here too is I picked this bike up with 2,200 kilometers on it, and within the first 20 kilometers I got a HLU error, so the headlight unit error, and it's quite common on these things and it can be a pain in the ass to fix. So I got on Reddit, checked all the usual places, and I got a bit of advice to check the actual headlight connector as well as the fuses. So you want to pull it off and check your connection, see if it focuses, that screw there. And then if you get in here, let me turn it. There's another one there, and the same on the other side. You take those three out. This is the other side. Yeah, so if you take those three out, you'll be able to just pull the headlight off and you can check your connection in front. Anyway, with this one, whoever had it originally snapped off the clip that connects the actual connection to the front of the light. So bumpy roads, it just rattled off. So if you do get it, just check inside there, because even if it isn't broken off, it can quite easily come off. So that'll be my first place to check. Then the fuses. So I'm sure you've already seen the fuse map, but you take off the seat cover. They're just in the back there, a little case, easy to check, easy to fix. I hope you don't have the error, but it's an absolute pain in the ass, especially when you get a new bike and you think it's all good. Yeah, so I'll give it a quick little exhaust check. This is probably the best part about the whole bike. Just whack it in neutral. Yeah, it's good. It obviously not going to sound that great on YouTube, phone recording as well. So the best thing I can compare it to is a dirt bike, maybe a WR450 or something. Gives it a good bit of grunt. I definitely recommend the Leo. Anyway, that'll pretty much do this video. First one I've whacked up. It's a bit of a phone job, but I'll try to get a decent action camera in the next few weeks and get some good footage up riding around here in Poland. It's quite nice up here in the Baltic, and there's some pretty weird towns and villages to cruise through. So thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think, and I'm curious on some advice on the exhaust attachment, so see what you got. Thanks again, guys. See you around.